So when you wrote this book,
Yeah.
The Experience of Rahu Ketu,
Yeah.
these two entities, what did you actually understood about these two?
This is to do with Kundalini.
Kundalini.
Yeah, Kundalini is at the base of the spine.
Yeah.
All right. So what is that?
That's the
Mooladhara chakra, which is Mool. Mool is to do with Mool nakshatra, which is Ketu, and it's a serpent. Kundalini is a serpent.
Yeah.
When it rises through the center, it goes up to your head. What is that? Rahu. Your passage from your Kundalini from this to that is the most important thing a human being can do. That's why Ketu and Rahu are so important.
Like, I know you can give a all-day lecture into this, but misconception about Rahu Ketu that is out in the world that you feel like people.
I mean, everything people have that thing that this is evil or this is bad. You know, like Saturn is a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know, Rahu is a bad thing. Ketu is a bad thing. This is bad and good. You know, there's no such thing as bad and good. There's just power. Shakti. It's called Shakti. You know, Shakti in India, we call it Devi, Shakti. You know, there is a Shakti. There's no good or bad. You can say. There can be misuse of power. Use or misuse of power. That's all. So there's nothing called good and bad. So people have to take out this nonsensical notions of good and bad from their brain first.
So when they say, oh my God, I got Ketu in the 7th house.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be so bad for my marriage. That's what they're thinking in their brain. You know.
Yeah, but they can think that. But marriage is always bad anyways. Yeah. Because because marriage is not based on any principle. Earlier, marriage used to happen where a female used to choose a male on the basis of what she liked. You know, like if Parvati chose Shiv, you know, all these females used to find whatever they find worthy. You know, it was not arranged marriage. If you do arranged marriage, it's always going to be bad. And right now, females don't even know how to choose. Like if arranged marriage is finishing now in India as well, but when females have the freedom to choose, they don't know what to choose because they're not chosen for 5,000 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going after anything. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like they'll just say, okay, let me find somebody who has just a fixed regular income and something like that. Okay, who has a job.
Yeah.
You know, so that's it. I mean, that is doomed from the very beginning. Whether you have Ketu or not in the chart, wherever, it doesn't make any difference. If you are doing something which is anti-multiversal laws anyways, which is not following Shakti principles. Shakti has its principles. Like, so the female is supposed to choose something which is more than itself. Like Parvati chose Shiv because Shiv was more than her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which could teach her, which could tell her things, all of that. So if you don't find something like that and you just marry any kind of being, then it is going to be doomed because you'll be frustrated with it. What has that got to do with Saturn or Mars or Ketu or Rahu? Like,
right.
What you will be frustrated with.
But that. You know, they have heard this on television and books. Rahu will do this, Ketu will do this.
No, because they don't want to take responsibility for their own selves.
Yeah. You
are doing something wrong in the first place.
But they're saying that they think that having Ketu in the 7th house is automatically destined.
No. All planets are good. All planets are good. Right. First, let's make it clear.
Yes.
All planets are good and all nakshatras are good. It's how you use them. You are the being who uses them.
What if somebody says, no, I thought Jyotish is about what is destined already and you cannot change it?
No, that's deterministic, fatalistic thinking. I call it fatalism. I mean, you are here. You are existing only to change things. Every time you do a karma, you change things.
Yes.
You are here every time you do action, you are changing things.
Beautiful.
So you make your future right now as per your actions right now. Your future is not fixed.
That is so beautiful, yes.
Yeah. Any being can change their future, right? Any given point of time. From this second, I can change my future. Any being can change their future from this very second, using the energies they've got. For example, Mars is just energy. You know, energy, for example.
Yeah.
You know, like if somebody is saying Ketu and Rahu are bad, they are saying Kundalini is bad and Shastra Chakra is bad and all the chakras are bad. Like that's saying like that. If you say Mars is bad, that means like right now, if you have energy to do anything, it's because Mars has given you that energy. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's what you do with it.
It's what you do with it.
Yeah. I mean, the Saturn is, if you go in a car and you don't have a brake, how good that would that be?
This person didn't rate because they didn't have that combination or yoga.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. This is all medieval astrology. This is not like that. You know, what are called planets called grahas.
Yeah.
You know, what are called planets called grahas.
Yeah.
So they grip you. Their energy grips you. Graha means something which grips you. So it grips you on the basis of your habits and your previous karmas. But you have the consciousness and the free will in the present to use that energy any which way you want. You don't have to get gripped by it.
So that means if, according to someone's chart, they're destined to, let's say, be stabbed by a criminal.
There's nobody is destined to become a criminal by their chart.
No. They're destined to be stabbed by a criminal.
There's no such thing. They can totally avoid that situation completely. There's no such thing. Yeah, because because if you're looking at your chart and you know what your energies are like that, you know how to use them. If you come to know this as energy, like, I mean, if you have a knife, you can cut vegetables with it, but you won't give it to a kid. That knife, it might cut itself. Now you can't say that knife is bad. Like, for example, in your car, you have a brake. That's like Saturn. Saturn's role is like a brake.
Yeah.
You can say. But you can't have a car without a brake. If you go on in your car without a brake, you will have an accident. Like, it's not a bad thing. To have a brake is not, but people consider it a bad thing. So when Saturn's influence comes and people find their breaks are happening in their life, they don't find it good.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
Yeah. But even though they are good, you will have an accident otherwise. If you go like that, if you go without brakes, you will have an accident. So, I mean, no energy is bad. First, no planet is bad, no nakshatra is bad. If you have a knowledge of them, you can use them. If you don't have any knowledge, they will use you.
Wow.
Either you will be in control of the planets or the planets will be in control of you.
So when they say that the classics have said that whatever is destined and the planets are going to be doing their thing based on your karma and you cannot do anything, you can just live it. That's a very wrong statement then.
That's medieval thinking. That's not the thinking of the rishis. Even Ravan was not controlled by the planets. Ravan controlled planets. Even rishis all controlled planets. All the rishis controlled planets. They were not controlled by the planets.
Now we as normal common men.
Nobody needs to be controlled by planets. Everybody.
We as common people have the power to control the planets.
Yeah.
Them controlling us.
Yeah. Obviously, if you control yourself, like, because you have consciousness, you have an option anytime. You have free will. Like right now, I can either lift this thing or not. It's in my hand. Every time you do something, it's in your hand. For example, if you speak from the center of your mouth, it's in your hand to speak from the center of your mouth. Yeah. Or you can choose to not speak from it. You have both the choices. If you start speaking from your center of your mouth, then you will have more control over the planets. But if you don't, you won't.
And what about these things called like remedies, gemstones? What is your perception on
all temporary measures, temporary fixes? You know, like if somebody has a wound, for example, then you will put that thing on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that. That's all. Savlon and the coating, it's like that. It doesn't solve the situation from the core.
So when you do yagnas and yantras and
all of these things, yantras are just numbers and that things, they are sigils. You know, again, you have to know how to use them. For everything, you have to have internal power. The power has to come from your own self and your own discipline. Jyotish is just part of this web of this multiverse you're living in and the rules of it. Once you know the rules, you are on top of the rules. It's for that. It's not a fatalistic, deterministic. All this use of Jyotish in India is all wrong. I'm saying it's all wrong. 100% wrong. Everything is wrong about it. All this fear of planets, all of this is absolutely wrong. Yeah, there's nothing to be afraid about. They're all energies. They're tools for your use. You know, when Buddha, you know the Buddha story. He was a prince. He never went out. He never knew about the realities of this world. He didn't know what was anything. He didn't know anything. Right? When he first went out, he came to know, like, first time he saw a diseased person. He saw a dead person for the first time. Then he asked, like, what is this? Then somebody told him charioteer told him that this is disease. He says, can it happen to me? He said, can it happen to you too? Then he said, like, this is death. And this is that. Will this happen to me? He says, yeah, this will happen to everyone. This happens to everyone. It will happen to you too. So that's when that thing opened up. You know, that if all of this is true, then I better find something more. Like, hell is a taboo word in India. You can't use the word hell in India. Even in movies, they don't allow the subtitle. If they have English movies, whenever somebody says hell, they bleep it out. Indians want to live in a world where there is no hell. Even though hell is all around them. Even though hell is all around them, they're not able to face that there's all kachara and all bad smells coming. Everything is there. Like, everything is like total hell. You know, disease, people are in pain, torture, everything. Yeah. What is hell but pain and torture? Pain and torture. Nobody likes pain and torture, right? Nobody says, come give me pain and torture, right? Everybody likes to be comfortable and nobody likes pain and torture.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the whole concept is to like if you go against the laws of the multiverse, then you will have pain and torture. And that hell is there on earth, and it will be there even after you die for your spirit body, which is just states of pain and torture. And that is happening to you because you don't know the laws of the multiverse. That's all.
So when a common man who has done good for society, lives in a normal world, dies.
Yeah.
So his spirit...
He'll go to hell. Anybody who goes as per society will go to hell.
And what is that hell? Is that just back to earth? And
No, more than like, it's like all the diseases of this world combined. When you have diabetes, cancer, all together, like. Yeah.
Wow.
Like in this world, what is hell? Disease.
Yeah.
When you have disease, you start feeling pain, right? And when you try to get rid of that pain, you go to the hospital. The hospital, they even poke more things into you.
Yeah.
Metal and all kinds of things. So you are in deeper hell. Whatever hell you were in, you have gotten into worse hell by going to the hospital, you know. And they're poking things into your body. It'll hurt even more. And once they're done with it, like you will have many more that thing complications and all of that. Yeah. So you will be in more hell. So there's mental hell, physical hell. All these hells are there because you're not doing things right. You're not eating the right food. You're not behaving as per the laws of the multiverse. You're not behaving as per that. You're not coming to the center. You're not praising beings which should be praised. You're praising things which should not be praised. You're praising Hollywood, Bollywood heroes which should not be praised. You know what I'm saying? If you praise those beings, you will go to hell because those beings are in hell anyways.
But what if somebody doesn't know better? Let's say nobody came across
this. That's your job to know what you have been doing out here. From the time you were 3 years, 4 years old, what have you been doing here? Yeah, it's your job. That's the only job you have. That's the only job you have in this world. You don't have any other job. You don't have to live up to your parents' expectations. You don't have to live up to your society's expectations. You don't have to go do any of these things. That's not your job. Your job is just to find out where I am, who I am, and what are these laws so that I don't get into trouble. That's everybody's job. Everybody's. Nobody has a different job. This whole concept of job is being given by the Westerners. Like you are this, now you are that, you are this, you are that, you are that.
Yeah.
Nobody's anything. There's no specialization. Specialization is for fools. They call it like, okay, this is a physicist, this is a chemist, this is a mathematician. I mean, what nonsense. I mean, earlier even Isaac Newton and stuff, they were alchemists. If you're an alchemist, you're a mathematician, physicist, chemist, all of that, all at the same time. You can't separate these sciences. If you separate them, you will not learn anything. You will not know anything.
What is then heaven if there's hell?
No pain. No pain.
No pain.
No pain. Simple. No leg pain, joint pain, this pain, that pain, anything. What?
But how did you get to know that, okay, this is actually the law of the multiverse?
I mean, that you come to know. For example, okay, I'll tell you how. You go outside, eat some food, outside food, restaurant food. And if it's bad, you'll come back, you'll have a stomachache.
Yeah.
Or you come to home and you make some food yourself.
Yeah.
With fresh vegetables and that thing, cook yourself and eat it. You will not have any.
Yeah.
So you'll come to know what is what. It's not that difficult to find out what is what. If you are wanting to find out. I mean, you can experiment everything and clearly you'll see the results. I mean, if you put your finger into, like a child puts a finger into that thing, plug, they get shocked. They'll come to know what that is and what that is like. And there's a thing called electricity, and it is there. It's the same way multiversal laws are there in the same place. If you're following them, your Kundalini is rising. My Kundalini rose at the age of 19, 20, around at that time. So I started learning Jyotish at the same time my Kundalini was rising. I opened my third eye by the age of 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain to us, what is that opening of the third eye in Kundalini?
Like when you go inside, you actually, the thing opens up inside. It's like a hologram. And there's no way to show it, except you can only show it in computer graphics and animation because it's inside.
No, so what did you experience what did you feel when the third eye opened?
It's not feeling like you, it's not about feeling, it's an actual gateway which opens up to other worlds.
Wow.
So, I mean, when that is happening, you don't have to be knowing that this is, it is there, you experience it yourself, right? It's book to tell you whether what happens or doesn't happen or not happens because you do it yourself.
And is that the same experience of Kundalini at the same time?
And the Kundalini is a very physical experience. When Kundalini rises from your back, it's very physical. You can feel it. Like a mouse is running at the back. It's a physical experience first. All these things happen and then you get knowledge of this multiverse. The more your chakras open up, more knowledge you get. That's why I have so much knowledge, which I can keep on speaking this for 24 hours, 24 days, 24 years.
And do you need a guru? As they say, don't try to...
No, I didn't have any guru. There are no gurus right now. But that's why I'm telling you the attitude you need to have. Attitude you need to have is that of a child. You have to be like a Ganesh. What is child? Ganesh. That's why you say Shri Ganesh. When you start anything, you start by Ganesh.
Shri Ganesh, yeah.
Why? What does that mean? It doesn't mean that you just go in front of something and just throw some flowers at some Ganesh statue, and that's not what it is. It's an attitude.
Wow.
There are 4 attitudes: innocence, auspiciousness, devotion to the mother principle. These are Ganesha's attitudes. First, you have to be like a child. You know, right now people are not like a child. Even when I see 4-year-old kids, 5-year-old kids, they're not like children. They know too much about this world. They're already trying to attract attention. They're trying to do all kind of nonsense. They're trying to get things out of their parents. All this thing. You can't be like that and get knowledge. It's the wrong pathway. That is the pathway to hell. That's the door to Nark. And the West is, whatever West promotes will always be for hell. So if you see any Western movies and stuff, you know, all that, they'll show a lot of hell in it. In the West, they show a lot of hell. Like whether you see the movie Saw, or like there are so many movies which are full of total hell, which will scare Indians completely.
Yeah.
You know.
But do you think it's right to put that fear into people about hell?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because you have to know where you're going to. If you follow the Western system, that's where you'll end up. You have to know when you go on a road, you have to know the destination, isn't it? If you take any road, even in any city or anything, you take a road, you want to know where that road is leading to. So people are on a pathway right now. They have to know, like if they're drinking Pepsi right now or Coca-Cola or whatever, they have to know what that means. What that means for their stomach, what that means for their soul, what that means for anything. If you are on a path, if you're on a road, if you're on this path of which is laid by the West, this road is laid by the West. West has given this road to people. That you be like this, you be totally undisciplined, you know, just lounge around in your that thing, have your TV dinner.
But then people complain like, oh, this religion is putting fear into me. That if I don't do this, this will happen. Then
it's no question of fear. It will happen. It's not a fear. It's not a question of fear. Like, I mean, people have to realize very simple things. If you eat a lot of chaat out there with a lot of spicy, that thing, your stomach will go bad. If you eat a lot of sweets, your stomach will go bad. It's not a matter of religion.
Right.
What has religion got to do with it?
Because they hear these stories in religion, in religious texts.
It's nothing. It's personal experience.
Personal experience. Okay.
If you cut yourself with a knife, you will feel pain. I mean, what has any religion got to do with it? What? Religion is all nonsense anyways. All religions. Yeah, there's only Vedic things, which were beyond it, which is the actual knowledge of this multiverse. Rishis never started.
What happened to us? Is it the Kali Yuga? What happened to us humans?
I'll tell you what happened. Shishupal happened. The fall, Mahabharata onwards fall was Shishupal. Indians right now, even if they start taking care of cows in India, better. And forget about their kids and start taking care of cows, they'll be better. If they become Gopal, even that will be something better for them. For example, since I was a child, I have drank cow's milk much more than my mother's milk, right? Everybody has drunk more of cow's milk. So cow is more our mother than our mother is, right? In real sense, cow is more our mother. And we are living on earth. So we are standing on it. So earth is our mother because we are standing on it. If earth wasn't there, we won't even have a place to stand. And cow is same as earth. Cow, Bhudevi and cow are always shown the same. We have to respect that principle. So if anybody respects that principle, then their Taurus sign is done. And Venus is done too. Then Venus will not give them any bad results.
Wow.
Yeah. What?
Amazing.
Yeah. So all these things are connected, you know, like, so Jyotish is very intimately connected with everything, but it can't be discussed separately. Anybody who are having separate seminars on Jyotish, I have nothing to do with it, because Jyotish is not just about this thing or this planet is in this house or this is this. It's nothing to do with that. People don't even know why 1, 5, 9 are that thing, sacred houses, 1st, 5th and 9th. They don't understand what is that 72-degree angle. 1, 5, 9 are actually, the word phi comes from phi ratio, phi. And 159 is that 72-degree axis where 72-degree angle is there, which is again related to the phi ratio. That's why 159 are Shri houses. They're called Shri.
Because they say you need a triangle at least to create a space.
That special angle is 72-degree, which has to do with the phi ratio. That's why it's called Shri. That's why Shri resides in Vishnu's heart. All these things are connected. That's why 159 houses are sacred in a chart. You can't look at a chart on the basis of just learning Jyotish from books. You have to learn all these things first, which are separate things completely. I'm talking about science. I'm talking about maths. I'm talking about a lot of things which you have to know. There are patterns in charts. Like normal Jyotishis can't even see those patterns because they are mathematical patterns. They are scientific patterns, which they even try to look at in Western astrology. They try to look at those patterns, but not in Jyotish.
Like in Western, they talk about the squares and the trine and the grand cross.
Yeah, and the yods. There's so many things which they talk about, which have everything to do with sacred geometry only. Because you can't dissociate Jyotish from sacred geometry. Sacred geometry is part of Jyotish. I mean, even right now, you're seeing a prism. And when the white light goes in and the 7 rays come at different angles, that's just the angles. And what are angles? Angels.
That's right.
Angels and angles are the same thing. A-N-G-L-E-S, angles, A-N-G-L-E-S, angles, angels.
Yeah. And so what about like you have people who channel beings of, let's say, Pleiadians, other planetary, is that true?
All nonsense. Nonsense. Utter nonsense. Fraud. All fraud. Because people don't have any centering. That's like doing tertiary things. A lot of times what they are connecting to is the spirits from the other side. And they tell them anything. The spirit lies to you. I mean, even in India, in a village level, there are people who can talk to spirits. Every village in India, some person who can talk to spirits. Dealing with that spirits and stuff is not a good thing because they lie to you. They don't do anything. These spirits are like, they can even come to you as your dead relative because they can ape them. They can say, look, I'm your dead relative. I'm come to speak to you. You'll think, oh, it's your mother or your father, dead mother or your dead father has come.
Wow.
But they just lie to you. I mean, there are things called jinns. You don't understand jinns?
Yeah.
Like jinns, like which are like they're in all the Middle Eastern things, or in India also, that jinns. Now jinns are, people are using, like right now people do magic using jinns. Like people, because jinns can see a little bit in the future. So like if somebody has a jinn with them and then the person goes and asks them something and they'll say like, okay, this will happen to you, that will happen to you. Because the jinn is telling them that in the ear.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but one should steer clear of these things because finally they'll lead to hell. Because the beings who deals with jinns, once they are dead, they have to become their servants on the other side.
Oh.
So that is a deal. So one should not get into these kind of deals.
Yeah.
Like right now, there are magicians who can float up in the air, who can float up straight into the air. They can do anything. They can like make any object appear straight.
Because that's a jinn that's lifting them up.
Yeah, it's a jinn lifts them up.
Lifting them up, okay.
Yeah. But the jinns, you can make a deal with the jinns. Any being can. Any person can make a deal with the jinn. But then they have to know what that thing of deal is. Like just like if you make a deal with a company, then you work 9 to 5 for them and then they give you a salary. It's like that. But you have to see whether that deal is good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Like whenever you're making a deal, it's not for free. If they give you something, then they'll take something from you.
So also let me ask you, so when we see these Hindu gods like Vishnu and Shiva sitting and Ganesha sitting, Parvati sitting, are these actually real existing beings or these are just personification and imagery of certain energies?
These are archetypes. Archetypes. The word is archetype. These are archetypes. You have to understand that. Like they are a pure principle. Pure principle in the sense that every female should be like Parvati. Why? It should not care about what their parents say. It should go for a male which is more knowledgeable than them. So then Parvati is any female which is like that. Who goes that way is Parvati.
But there's no real Parvati that exists.
But that is a real Parvati. That is real. Like if there was a female right now in flesh and blood,
yeah,
who went by that principle, that female is real Parvati. Real Parvati, yes. And there can be another female on another realm, higher realm, like that. Then that is Parvati too. It's a principle. Okay, like Vishnu has a conch in his hand.
Yeah.
So if you achieve golden mean fractality in your being out here,
yeah,
then you are here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are principles. Like Shiv is the real male. Real male. What a real male should be like. Like real male should not be the person who goes to a gym. Like people think, like people who are going to the gym are females. They're not real males. The real males, only one thing should be knowledge. Who wants to penetrate? What is maleness? Penetration.
Penetration, yeah.
Yeah. Maleness is all about penetration. You have to penetrate and get to the knowledge, get to the core, get to the root, get to the crux. That's what maleness is. That's why I don't see males in this world. When I look at males, they might be biologically male.
Yeah.
But to me, they're like females. Only females are concerned about their body or looks of their body. So then that's why they go to the gym. And when people go to the gym, their body becomes more female-like. You become round. You become like a female from going to the gym. And then you can never raise Kundalini even because all the weights, you suppress all of your that things. Any being who goes to gym cannot raise Kundalini. Any being who bicycles and is in that bad posture all the time cannot raise Kundalini.
Wow, man.
So there is so many things. Like whatever they promote in this world is all bad for you.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
So then what would you say, what is that ultimate being that put everything in existence. Have you tapped into that energy?
Yeah, I have tapped into it, but I don't want to talk about it. I have tapped into it, but I don't want to talk about it until some basics are clear. Like talking about like PhD level stuff to somebody in kindergarten.
But how can you simplify it for a kindergarten child to say, okay, this thing is the one that really created everything, all the dimensions?
For a kindergarten child, you start in basic steps, which I've said, like that you are a being and you are inside something. And that something has one basic law, that you have to praise and bow to higher and divine. You have to do that. And if you do that, you will be fine. It's as simple as that. And for that, you have to find out what higher and divine is.